welcome to my Go Live chat for my first one ever. There's no one else here because I'm pretty sure they're all waiting on Facebook, but my main channel is here. So what I'm going to do is I want to introduce you a little bit about myself and get you up to date. Now, I've put a ton of videos up, but I've never actually really talked about who I am and why and how craft dominates my life. So I Victorian originally, now live in Hobart, and I have for the last coming up 14 years in September. I've just worked my way up to be a middle manager where I've managed probably over 70 staff to deliver supports to people with disabilities. It was very high intense, and I worked everything out to manage my mental health while that was happening. However, I'm not one where I just love being mentally on all the time, and I do have a social battery. So I then turned around and was starting to get physically sick. I was spontaneously being sick, i.e. throwing up. And during the workday, the night before Monday. So in the end, I had some time off, but I decided that the best thing for me was not to work in that job anymore. So I am in a bit of a hiatus at the moment. So I thought that was a great opportunity to showcase where I am. So the first thing I wanted to do is actually just introduce you to my setup. Now, I actually do own a little home. It's one of 4 units. It is a 2-bedroom tiny unit. I think it's 69 square meters, and I love it. So let me have a little show around here. And we have the kitchen there, and the door entry is just in there. I tend to watch a lot of craft videos. I have a bedroom, I have a bathroom. There's the second bedroom, which I've definitely got closed at the moment. And here you can see is what probably my setup is. Now, then we have my other desk over there. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is turn it back to myself. And mainly I just told you that I just lost my job. Oh, return orientation is locked. Well, I wasn't expecting that bit. So I'm going to have to work that out. See, learning all sorts of things while I'm here. I'm just going to see if so I use this as my main light just because it's a big ring light. I don't know how effective it actually is. Well, I do. Hang on, I have another option for us, I think. When I go to I take the show on the road, so to say, I go to all bits and pieces. I do have another one I use when I'm out and about. So, it doesn't seem to be in my travel bag. Why is nothing ever there when you need it? Oh, there was another one there. Alrighty. Well, there's no one here, so that's okay. Oh, how about we try this one? There's nothing on top of it though. Or we can just try. So that's usually what I do. Because of how it's looking, and this is the setup that I usually have, then mainly what I do is, so I need some help and I need some decisions from the 0 people that are here. The help that I was going to do was this colour. I've got a little lampshade and I need to know what colour. I'm tending towards this one because it's muted and it sort of matches the yellow in the green, so it's probably going to be a yellow and greenish type of room. That's the same paper as that one, or this one. Yeah, I'm going to go with my first thought. This one looks too busy and this one's going to be it. So I'm just going to, bear with me for a second. I'm just going to put you here. Oh wow, that does pretty alright there, doesn't it? And I will fix up my camera. It actually feels free that you be on live. Okay. Is there anyone else there yet? No. Bear with you while I move you around. I don't know what to do. Ugh. Alrighty, I think I've got it sorted. Does that work? Yes, it has. Only took 3 minutes. Actually, it's pretty not a bad way to go. So I'll just have to maneuver some of my lights around because I have to maneuver which angle, and I need some tape. So that it holds. Alrighty. Oh, look. It could be worse, let's just say that. I don't know if there is a special reason as to why, but obviously YouTube doesn't have a whole lot of options for us. So let's go through some of, well, there's no one really to talk to. You can see my computer in the background. Alrighty. So mainly what we need to do is let's paint. Just painting some of this gold, and this is actually better quality paint than some of what I have had. So let's just wash that. Alrighty. I think it's time for a drink. I also, if you can see here, have some of this, and I've been trying to figure out how to deal with the tables, and in Victoria I found these little guys, and what you'll notice is that pen makes that colour, that pen makes that colour, and both of those virtually make that one. So that or that one is actually the darker one. So I think I like this, and you can see how I've done one coat there and 2 coats there. And I like that to get this kind of look. So I think we're going to go ahead and paint these. Now I had a different variety. This was too thick, this was too small, and this one was too large. So I think they might be the same size, but they were too small. So I put them aside, out of the way, and I probably want about, I only really want about 3 of these because they're just going on the downstairs, but I'll go ahead and do a second coat all around the edges. And I'll even do underneath. The thing is though, I'm kind of one of those people that if it moves or something happens, then what are they going to see? So let's just do underneath and everything, and that way, especially if you do it darker colour, that's why if there's a crack or something, you're not able to see it. And I'll show you actually what happens when you do see it. I like the idea of being able to talk to someone, but I'm okay my first go live, because I'm pretty sure they're all waiting for a Facebook link. There was a few people that might have been there for me. But that, and I accidentally deleted the link right in front of it. So I still have to work out my schedule and how you go live after having a schedule. And I accidentally deleted it when I was in on the video with my phone, so I might just stick to one camera at the moment. I should be able to see, look how good that looks. Here, let's just try and even this up by putting it on the other side as well. And it's like texture, it's a little bit sticky. And since we've already done this one, now this one here actually had an undercoat of this one and then did this one. So that's actually why it looks a little bit yellower than the other ones. It's really interesting how close up you need to be for you all to see. And all I am is, I'm not even always going to the grain, but I think that if there is going to be any sort of telling, you'd be able to tell it. So just try and make it. So there's my 3 tabletops that we've got. And one of them's going to have that. Now I am going to go do that, although I was thinking of having some nicks in the wood. And blackening it. Now, here I have, and I'm surprised with all my camera sorting, I didn't knock it over, some watered down black paint, and you can see how it's watered down. There it is there. You can see how it's watered down. Oh, we do have a visitor. Yay, someone found me. And we're just going to water these down, and the reason is it to make it a little bit less pristine, although you wouldn't be really able to tell much. I do have my brown here as well. I might be able to dry brush it, although there's not many ridges, or actually cut lines into it. So let's try with the brown on it. Let's try the black, and then let's try and paint some ridges and see which one's best. Do you want to say hello, person? It's only us two. Alrighty. What do I have? Oh God. Oh yeah, gotta have my drink. So what I also have here is I've painted my little candelabras. Is that what they're called? They're going to be virtually wagon wheels, and I had a wagon wheel that looked a little bit like this, and then I bent it, putting the hole in the middle. So what I'm doing now is I'm just golding in it, and then I'm just going to grab some of the black water and just dab it on there, and you'll see that it actually will darken the gold. And go like that. Whatever you do, do not watch this video from the start. It spends about 4 minutes of me sorting out the camera. So I'll let that dry, and it'll end up drying like that. Now what I'm going to do with these little guys, and I'll put these out of the way. They're fraught with danger, although I've been pretty good. How cute does that look? Now I brought the cards because my cards turned up so thick, but I did the little chips myself. Then we're going to, I have a light. So this is actually going to be a lit saloon, and look, do not be afraid of it. It's not that scary, and virtually what I'm going to be doing is putting some glue there and hanging it, painting. I'll use a Sharpie to paint this bit black, and I'll be hanging it from the ceiling, probably in there and over here. Did you see that? It'll hang from these two spots here. So the thing is, you have to work on many bits and pieces all at once, and I was going to use super glue, but I'm going to give this a try, resin, just because it is metal, so my normal tacky glue won't be that great at it. And I should have my UV light somewhere around here. Where did I put it? I did put it back on charging, but I took it off. Anyway, hang on a tick. I know where my other one is, so I'll get it out now. You've probably seen it myself, aren't you? Here's one I've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the light there in the UV, and then UV it so that it sticks, and look, it's already sticking. I don't even need to hold it. Probably for not that long. That is one bright UV though. I'm just going to turn it away because I don't want anyone who's epileptic to look at it, and I'm just going to turn it away. Oh, and therefore you've got a little light. So what I can do is I can get a little battery pack, and I've got one here. It's got batteries in there, and we can actually just test it and make sure it works. So what you'd end up doing is you end up connecting all the, I never know which one it is. Is it this one? No. Let's try the other one. No. Well, that. Let's check that the batteries are in correctly. Plus and minus. Why is nothing ever simple? Which one's the plus? Oh, get out of there. Oh, that's the plus. So plus is there, minus is there. Oh, that closes a lot better. Or we can try and turn it on. Ah! Who did that? No. Maybe I had it right before. Ah, there we go. And now we have a little light. So that's that one done. And then I will probably put some shrink tube into that. Now this one's still going, but I'm still going to give it a whirl. That one's was a bit of too big a gulp. Why does my UV light always go missing? Where did we put it? You saw it here. We had it here. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to move that because, and what I'll do is I'll put the UV at the end of here instead. How's that go? Oh. called candelabras. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to wait and redo it and put something up. It's working. Hey, look at that. All right, look away. It just flickers when you turn it off because you have to turn it off 3 times because it's got different settings. That one's way more fragile, but let's test this out and make sure it works. Oh. Didn't have little bits of line, but that's all right. No. Yay! So that's the battery pack we'll be using for this saloon, and there are my 2 candelabras to be installed. How exciting is that? Oh yeah, I forgot they'll be okay. They'll dry out naturally. Alrighty. So showing you some of the other things. So we've got the piano and I've got a piece of paper here. there's no dimension on here, which I really don't like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and attempt a polymer clay one, as well as I'm wanting some more little kind of accents there, and just tart it up, for a better word. Do you know what tarted up means? So that's cool. Then we have, and I sort of left this project to do here, we have this lampshade. Now, when I was asking at the start, these were the 3 different colours I had and which ones were the best for it. And we've gone for this one because it has the gold in the green. And much better than the other colours. It's probably a little bit bright. That one clashes too much. So this one's sort of a muted one. So this is going to be our lampshade. And what I've done is I have gone it with brown paint, and it is quite thick brown paint. But I am just going to put some more white on it. And more brown on it, just to kind of even it up. Now also what I need to do with this is to roll it around a cylinder shape, and I'll just get one of these ball stylus out, and that will just help it curl naturally, being paper, and therefore we will actually just let it set or dry. That. Now here it is here, and I've put 2 little ball bearings on it. Now I originally had it all set up, but then how am I going to connect the lampshade to the actual lamp? And so I had these guys all set up, and they're just little kind of beads, and I have tried to brown them up, but they haven't really done that, so I'll wait until it's on before I worry about it too more. And what I'll do is I will have my little light here, and I will make sure that that still works. Now I always put my little beads in this little tray here, and that is because, as you can see from my UV light, it goes missing pretty quickly. So let's just grab, so the darker one we learnt is grey, and the lighter one, we'll turn it on, is red. Oh, it's not coming on. Maybe it's the other way around. It was working the other day, yeah. So that's my little lampshade. And mainly what I want to do is untwirl that, of course. So I'm going to put, oh, how I made this one. So what I did is I did UV resin, and I've got a little snowflake, and a snowflake is the perfect shape to put something around it at a bigger size, and I really quite like how it turned out. So I got one of these little beads here, which you can see is like that one, and I put it in there, put the bead in there, and then I put the resin and hardened the resin around that, and therefore it was able to come out and pop out like that. I did do a few experiments about that tonight, but that was actually really interesting to do. How are you going there? Alrighty. Just putting him in there. So that goes all the way up to the end there, and I am going to use, so it's really hard, and I don't use super glue that often because I really don't like it, but it does connect really quickly. It does connect metal, which tacky glue doesn't always do, and sometimes if I'm lazy I'll use resin because that also finishes quickly. Then I will do, see, it's still not connected properly. I've got this little bead here. Get in there. There you go. And then I have this little bead, and it's just going to be a matter of threading through the beads that I want. There's one. There it is under there. Then we're going to go the long bead. Maybe I can move you forward so that I don't have to bend so far. And you can actually see close of what I'm doing. I'll put in one, and then let me get in enough light. It's a bit of a magic trick, isn't it? And this is going to go in. I know that it can in the past, and I know it will again. And look at that. I willed it. Then we are going to do this other little one again. And put him in. Ah, stubborn. Stubborn. Oh yeah, the black makes it look blacker and the brown makes it look browner. Funny that. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Why did it work with the other one and not this one? Do you know what we'll do? We'll force it. Now, why don't you put the bigger super bright light, Joe? And the reason is the super bright light is too light for the camera. And not only that, but it it's a lot bigger and has its own sort of dedicated power source. So when I have friends over and we don't want an obstructed view of the TV, I have to move the whole thing, where this one is a little portable one, and so therefore I don't have to move it. Hey, we got it. But there's a will, there's a way. And there we are there. Look at that. That one's looking more pinky, I thought. Last one. Easy done. Now what I'll do is I'll try, now that I've got everything in the place, and even though I'm probably going to want it apart again, let's try and put some super glue there. And so, oh, see, oh no, gone too hard on the super glue, and now got it everywhere, and now it's going to be on my fingers. Ah, it's gone sticky. It's gone sticky. And then we're going to put it in here. Now, I'm just going to, because it's got some glue in there from my previous attempts. Oops. I'm going to just kind of get some of the glue out. And go in there. Then, oh, this is like watching paint dry, which you're literally doing on those things. There we go. Get in there. Haha. I love it when you almost get it in and then you accidentally pull it out instead. Anyone ever do that? Always happens, she says to the one person listening. But there we do, we've got our little, there we go, we have our little, is that much better to see, lamp going. So we're going to have the lamp, I'm going to put some super glue in there. Probably could do resin. I do feel more comfortable with resin than super glue. So super glue is annoying because say you have this nice little paint job, if you put super glue on there and then it actually dries really shiny, and therefore you're unable to paint over it, or that it wrecks the paint and it has a different look to the rest of it. So I'm just going to put it there. And I have what we call these magic little clippy things. Don't think that they're magic at all. I'm just going to try not get it in the super glue. Move him across here. And then what I'll do is we'll work on our paper. There you go. Let's see if that helps. Now you might think that this is pretty as a decorative, but I'm definitely not going to keep it that way. So see how you can see the difference in the colour here versus the white there. So we've got to make sure, which I always forget, hence right now, that that is coloured. And I thought we did this. Which piece did we end up doing? Where did we put it? It was around, here it is. No, it was around Oh my gosh, it was sitting right here. Oh, Joe. And just around the other side. Just to get rid of that white look. Now, all we need to do is curl it around here. Now, how tall do we want the lamp? Probably about there. I really love the oversized what would you call this bit? Your oversized lampshade compared to the lamp itself. So, can you still see in here? Although, that's looking way too streaky for me. So luckily we've got another piece of paper if all goes awry. So I can do that with having a better the thing is, when you're working on several things at once, you actually are able to get a lot done because you're not waiting for things to dry. You're able to multitask. So we're just going to paint up another without it drying with the streaks. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use paper towel to get rid of that. And look at the difference between the streaks on that one and then not that one. Pretty cool, huh? So mainly work I just did is what we call a learning. Go. Still got my one person watching. Might be in the background, but that's sweet. Or maybe it's just me, the host. Although it did say 0 earlier. Have they written anything? I can't see any of the comments. I hope you haven't been. Is that chat? View chatting options. Oh yeah. Anywho, and don't forget the tops. So I'll probably finish this at 9:30. And this video having one person has made it a success. And just twirling it around there to make sure. So the other option, I was going to have chairs, and I laser cut these at Hobart Hackerspace on Thursday night, and they're a bit small for the main saloon, especially with tables that are going to be this big. Hopefully you can see that there. So the table size, chair size I'm kind of looking for is this size. And then what I'll do is, because there is such a discrepancy between this height and this height, there'll probably be a chair up there. So lots happening. And have my little cash register. This is a table upstairs and it was a bit short, so I add some ball bearings and then I'm going to make it look like it's on wheels maybe, and that needs some aging as well. You've seen my beautiful little shaver station. How cute is that? So there's a lot going on. I've got some lights I'm going to do frames for, paintings I'm going to do frames for, because I do have some frames. And my bar here, I'm actually thinking of putting 3 sort of panels there. Let me know if you think that looks good. And here is the smaller panel. So I've got to cut out some, so it would look like this. Although that's uneven. And I think that that kind of will just give it a bit more of a feel rather than just the dado there. Alrighty, lots to continue on doing. Now, I'll turn you up and around and we'll continue, and I'll edit this video because the start was a bit mixed up. And I'll post it as a video. But what I wanted to do in the last 10 minutes is I had a colleague who very gorgeously, I'm just going to lift you up here. There we go. I had a colleague who very gorgeously gave me some presents while I left, and I also have some Amazon packages. So I thought we could just end tonight on a nice note of doing some unpacking. So here, oh gosh, imagine if I had black and brown paint oh, it was gold paint and it got on nothing. Wow. Hey, I found my other thing that was sitting on the bench here. Alrighty, so I remember what I brought from Amazon, but I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm looking for some extra things I've got is to do some detailing. So I'm going to do a boot scraper that is on the outside of the saloon. So that will go mainly in this section up here. So this bit here is going to be sort of the front. And I'm going to have saloon there. I don't know, I haven't worked it quite out because it's all got this cut out bit. But you can see sort of that there is a difference there. But I've tried to smooth them off with wood filler. As you can see, I've done that with the windows at the back here. And for the boot scraper, let's go back to what we were talking about, because the pump's going to be here and I was thinking of having a little boot scraper there. But then I was thinking, you know, should I have more of the saloon side here so that it kind of, you can look at it from this side and this side. And I think that that kind of seems like a good idea. So I might build an extension onto the end of this to be like the little veranda or the opening to it, and have like, you know, the horse and the trough and the barrel and all of those sorts of things, because I don't have many of that sort of stuff on the inside. So in order to do the boot scraper, I sent away for some dimension outliner, so some relief outliner, and here I've got it here. It is in white and I did want transparent, but transparent was a full $12 extra when I'm going to be painting it black anyway. So I got, that's what I was kind of one of the things I was expecting. So yay, Amazon. The other box that I have, and let's sort of open it up, if I know how to open a box. How? What? Who? So you can tell that I haven't actually opened it up because there we go. This is not a danger, this is not a toy. Now I've brought so many versions of this, and that is because I haven't found something I absolutely love, and I saw someone virtually outlined that it was on Amazon and sort of had the link, and so I went and purchased it. It is mirror, really thin mirror kind of paper. So you can see that we've got, you know, the mirror with the background, which is kind of fuzzy. This is like proper reflective mirror stuff. So this is just contact by the looks of it. And it should be, so it's sticky on both sides, so you stick it down and then you put the film down, and the ones that I have haven't done that, so that's kind of sticky there, and you can see, and then the film, I've got paint in my nails, but you can see how reflective it is, and that's just the sticky side. So it's meant to be better than what I've got now, and it actually looks pretty cool. Mirror sheet stickers, it's called. Alrighty, so there were my 2 Amazon purchases, and this is from, I always say see you later, alligator. This is from Tony and Jenny, so a big shout out to you too. We're big fans of your channel. Keep doing awesome stuff, and we hope it grows bigger along with your dreams. Aww, what a sweet, sweet couple. It's been delightful connecting with you. Your positivity shines brightly in a world often clouded by negativity. Stay happy and let's stay connected. I hope so. Those 2 lovely, lovely people are together, and I can't wait to see how that blossoms. A message the other day. So, opening up, and this is a little gift they gave me for going away. That sounds bad. A little going away gift they got me. And you know what? Despite how many people like it, and even though I love my little 1 viewer, I will continue doing these videos. So a macrame rainbow. Now what I really like, what looks to be that eco-conscious DIY kits. Oh, how cute. And what really is cute, this one's from Poppy and Daisy, and what is really cute is it actually looks, you know, on the smaller scale. You can get the quite large ones. So I look forward to doing that, because there's so many uses you can use tiny macrame in miniatures and in arts and crafts. How sweet is that? And they got me 2 gifts too. 2 cards and 2 gifts with 2 lovely, lovely people. Alrighty. Oh, how cool is this? Using the thread. Keeping that. And this one here is it's a little mini garden. So I have a fairy house. Now I made this fairy house, which you've seen in some of the videos, and I had it outside when I came here because there just wasn't enough room on the inside, and the kids next door have unfortunately played with it and totally ruined it. So I plan on redoing it, and I had a turtle, and I have a turtle fish tank that I bought, my dad bought over when they were visiting in February. And so I plan to make a whole fairy kind of outdoor scene in that, using succulents and all sorts of things. So it faces north, so I have to be a little bit conscious that Tasmania isn't always as cold as people think it is, even though at the moment we think it kind of is. But be doing that. So I've got a lot of plans coming up, but our focus is on craft days of the year and on this saloon to get that done by October, which is the Miniature Enthusiast of Tasmania show. So if you're in Hobart, make sure you come along to that and we'll do it. So we've done some things tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to end this. I'm going to edit out my little snuffle, my little problems at the start. Snuffles, no, snuffle. Anyway, my problems at the start, and I hope to do another one in probably either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think I'll choose about 3 weeks, or maybe next week and then do it fortnightly. I didn't want to do it on a night like this weekend tonight, but I want to do one fortnightly. Alrighty, thank you everyone. Tomorrow is International Fairy Day, so going all lucky, we're going to do a polymer clay fairy. Alrighty, thank you everyone. Bye.